as we said, let me sit down and introduce myself. As we said, today we're going to talk a little bit about performance, aren't we? First, let me tell you who I am. I'm Dave Hompe. I've spent 25 years in this industry. I don't know why, but I have. I work for GroupM Nexus, which is the performance engine for GroupM. We work very closely with our agencies, Essence Mediacom, Mindshare, and Wavemaker, if I can remember all three of them. And what we do is we are the engine, the power, the performance power behind those brands. We could talk about performance all day, but I think it's more interesting, potentially, if we talk from the perspective of one of our clients. So today what we've done is we've asked Sara here to join us on stage. Sara, do you want to do a quick introduction of what you do?
For sure. Well, my name is Sara. I work for Melia Hotels International. We are a Spanish hotel company that are based in Spain, in Palma de Mallorca, but we have 370 hotels around the world. And yeah, well, I'm part of the digital marketing team, and I'm leading the paid search, meta search, and programmatic advertiser teams worldwide for all hotels.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, we have all the marketing activity centralized. So our team, my team, does this for all hotels and all segments.
Do you want to share with the audience where you live? This makes me very jealous.
In Palma de Mallorca.
In Palma de Mallorca. So I live in London, unfortunately. So let's get started. Can you talk to me a little bit about kind of, Melia Hotels and kind of really, what are your biggest challenges today? Let's start there.
Well, as a hotel company, you can imagine that our biggest challenge the last year has been the recovery after the pandemic. It's true that nowadays we have a significant growth compared in terms of sales compared with the pre-pandemic period. And this year we have even beaten some records, what is really great, but we know that this could be a result of a post-pandemic effect, right? So in terms of sales, we are fine now, but we are facing real challenges in order to understand the new user. Because you know that COVID left a mark. Now users are more digital than ever. They are more worried about privacy than ever before as well. And talking about travel, we are seeing that some users and some markets that used to book their holidays many months in advance, now they are doing it in the last minute.
Sure. Yeah.
Or people that used to go for holidays to a specific destination every year with the family, friends, whatever. And now they are more open to go to new places. So this, I think, is a real challenge today, to understand the new user, the market behaviors again, and doing this while we make sure that we get ready for the cookieless environment.
Perfect. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, so, there's a lot to take in there. As you said, travel's affected by COVID heavily. The world has changed. So you're kind of in this new world. You're having to think about performance. Can you talk to me about how performance works inside Melia? How do you define it at Melia? What does it mean for you?
Yeah. If you asked me this 5-6 years ago, I would say performance is immediate sales and balance between volume of revenue and return of investment. If that was well balanced, for us, we had a good performance. But now everything has changed a little bit. And we now, 5-6 years ago, that means that we were very focused on mid and low funnel. And now we are working more in a full funnel strategy. So nowadays, we can say that every single campaign that we launch is part of a full funnel campaigns. And why? Because, first of all, now we understand better the importance of being present in every stage of the funnel with the right media and the right messaging. And here, the fluidity across channels and the measurement is very important. And the second reason is because now we make sure that we widen enough the top of the funnel so we can meet the growth objectives year by year.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, so that's a lot to take in. I want to kind of unpack some of that in a minute. But can you talk to me kind of like what trends do you see in the performance business? I think we probably all live in a world where we talk a lot about performance. So what do you see as an industry? What's happening out there?
For us, three trends. One, the first one, digitalization of the traditional media that has enabled new channels, and I'm talking about connected TV and digital out of home. The second one will be quality content versus quantity content, and this is important for all media, we see that, but for sure, for social media, this is the king. And the third one, for sure, is artificial intelligence and smarting. Everything that is related to this, I don't think it's not a trend. I think it's a must. Nowadays, if you are not there, you are not being efficient.
Yeah, I think probably, I don't know what your lives are like, but there hasn't been a day in the last month that I have not received an email about artificial intelligence in relation to everything we do. So I think we're going to see more and more of that as we go, for sure, and I absolutely agree. Tell me how you define what you want to achieve with performance. You know, do you have like a clear set of approaches, KPIs? What do you do at Melia?
Yes. Well, I will give you here two answers. The first answer, what we have been doing until now, is we have a company sales goal. So the first thing, we drop it into our area. As I said, we are working all different stages of the funnel. So we identify and calculate what should be the KPI, the goal KPI for each stage, and then we just go for it. With this information, it's very easy to manage with your team and with the agency the activity and to take decisions, right? This is what we have been doing until now. We are going to keep doing it, but now we want to go one step further, and if we really think what we want to achieve with performance marketing is we want to bring value to our business. And value for us means to fulfill hotels, to avoid cancellations, and to sell the superior rooms or the most expensive rates, right?
Of course, yeah.
So
make money. I like that,
sure.
you know, we all want that.
Exactly. So what we want is to put our marketing efforts to work towards these business metrics. And that's something that we are doing with our agency, Essence Mediacom.
Good to hear that we're helping you with it.
Yes.
That makes me very happy.
Yeah, it's been super important that you are here because this is what we want, but it's very difficult. Organize the data, make it measurable and activable. It's really hard.
Yeah, and can we talk a little bit about the measurement? So I think it's incredibly difficult to combine data from different places. I think it's incredibly difficult to get a singular picture. You know, how are you solving this at Melia?
Well, as the rest of the advertiser, we don't have the magical formula for this.
Oh, I was hoping for an answer. No magic, sorry guys.
No, we don't have magic yet, but well, I think we have a good picture because we have our own attribution model that has been trained for some years now. We are working as well on our marketing mix model for the company.
Yep.
And we use this information combined with all the last click and data-driven information that we get from the platforms in order to know the impact, the real impact that every action has on our business. It's not perfect, but I think it's good enough for now.
And it's getting better, I believe, because we're
think
working
so.
with you on making it better, right?
Exactly, so that's what I expect.
That's what I like to see in here. Okay, I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about media and performance media. We talk a lot at GroupM about, you know, responsible investment and the quality of the media that we want to buy, and we actually really think that there's probably good reason to go after quality. I wanted to get your perspective as a client. Do you agree with that? How do you feel about quality in media? Is it important?
Yeah, we agree 100%. For us, quality versus quantity is a winning strategy. Why? Because now, as I said, the users are more digital than ever, so they understand what they see in internet, and they compare you with the other impacts that they receive, and they build their own image of your brand, right? So having qualified impact over quantity or huge volume of impact for us is very important, and we work this way. In fact, CPMs are not more in the center of our conversations. We go for target and brand safety.
Yeah, that makes sense. And by the way, we're still going to negotiate on CPMs in case any media owners were worried about that. But yes, I think the targets are key, aren't they? And it's about the outcome and the results that we can drive. You know, we obviously work with you in a very close partnership. That's the reason we're sitting here today. Tell me a little bit, from your perspective, what makes that partnership work? You know, how do we get the best out of performance and working together and, you know, from all the parties involved?
Yeah. We are working together for this year. We started on February, and the change has been hard, but because always it's hard. I mean, we have huge accounts, and you never see the right moment to risk your performance, right, in a transfer. Yeah. But in some point we knew we had to take this decision, and we were very convinced of our selection. So once we had this, the first thing was empowering the great people that we have in both sides and assuring that we remove any barrier together. Yeah. And for me, I have seen it for many times, it's very important that the agency and the client has the same structure and the same objective. So we avoid anything that doesn't give value. And build a plan together, something realistic but ambitious, put together deadlines, involve all the people so everybody is responsible for a part of the plan. And here I'm very happy with the plan that we have built together for this year and the next time. And yeah, and being very honest on what it works and what isn't, because that's. And I'm not talking about performance, I'm talking about processes, workflows, and all these things.
So a little bit of transparency, a little bit of trust, and a little bit of fighting to make sure we get the best, right?
Completely.
That's what I like, you know? That's a positive relationship, if I've heard it. It's the same relationship I have with my wife, but that's another conversation. So let's talk about the future. You know, we talked a little bit about AI already, but what do you really see for the future of our relationship, but also the industry around performance?
Sure. I will highlight two topics. The first one is the business value. For we are really convinced that this is the future of the marketing, but the thing is that you need to have the appropriate technological framework, and this is hard. So. Well, we are convinced that this is what we want, and that's why we have also started to work with GroupM Acceleration. That is helping us to build a MarTech not only for the digital part, but for all the company. So we are sure that in the future we can move this project in a more agile way, and I'm sure that it will take us to another level. So for me, this is one of the things of the future, and the other thing is sustainability, for sure. In Melia, we are very compromised with this topic. It's in the core of it's a core pillar of our strategic plan since 2008. Yep. I want to say that last year we were named again the most sustainable hotel company in the world. Well and we opened a great hotel in Menorca that is called Villa Leblanc. It's a luxury hotel with zero carbon emission. Wow, okay. So we are proud of it. And a proof of our compromise with this topic, we are also talking with our agency, and we want to launch as soon as possible a campaign with green intelligence. Yep. That will help us to calculate, mitigate, and offset the environmental impact of our media plans.
Well, that's good news, because I might have something very cool for you that I'm not allowed to talk about yet, but we can talk at lunchtime. You know, I'll tell you all about it. I want to throw in a wild card question, okay?
Let's go.
Am I allowed?
Yes.
Just one? So we have a room of people here. What's the one thing or the one bit of advice you would give people about, moving towards a performance-led marketing approach? If you took one thing out of everything that we said, what would be that one thing that you would say, this is absolutely essential to success?
For me, the technological framework.
Perfect.
For me, this is key. Without this, you can have a lot of ideas and you can plan a lot of things, but you need this, the basics.
Brilliant basics in technology.
Exactly.
Good. Okay. Well, I think that's something that a lot of players in this room will be happy to hear, especially the technology companies out there. We still need you for a while, it looks like. I want to close at this point, if it's okay. Hopefully that was interesting. You learned a little bit from how we work in partnership with a client like Melia Hotels. I think you can probably see this is a partnership that's working. We're winning. The work that Essence Mediacom are doing together with GroupM Nexus as its engine is really helping Melia to achieve new heights and new successes. So, great quality media, cross-channel, full funnel are all the words we need to be thinking about for the future of performance. But please, afterwards, don't ask me about AI. I have no answers for you yet. So, on that note, thank you very much for listening. And thank you, Sara.
Thank you.